Ever since the James Webb Space Telescope was launched in December 2021, it has been going through the process of setting up as it prepares to start the exploration of deep space. And now it is almost ready to start its mission. Just a few more steps and it is good to go. As it sets up, NASA has been releasing updates on the telescope. So, what are the latest updates? Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we will look at the latest updates from NASA concerning the James Webb Space Telescope. Hopefully, we will know when we can start receiving images of deep space. But before we continue, please take a moment to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for some of the best updates on what's going on in space. And with that, let's find out the latest updates on the telescope. With the latest update, we can now gladly say that a new era of astronomy is about to begin. Ever since December 2021, scientists and astronomers everywhere have been eagerly awaiting for the James Webb Space Telescope to begin its operations at full capacity. According to NASA, the James Webb Telescope will be fully functional in the summer of 2022. And now, we can gladly tell you to save the date. As we all know, the James Webb Telescope is a collaboration between NASA, the European Space Agency, and the Canadian Space Agency. And now, mark your calendars, because on July 12, 2022, we will receive the first full-color photos and spectroscopic data from the telescope. For the past 6 months, the James Webb Telescope has been going through a phase of preparation before it can officially begin the science part of its mission. It has been working on calibrating its sensors to fit the space environment as it aligns its mirrors. After all, it has to live up to its name as the largest and most sophisticated observatory that has ever been launched into orbit. The first images and data from the telescope are the result of years of new technology and mission planning. Now, all we have to wait for is to see the James Webb Telescope at full capacity, as it is now ready to begin its science mission and reveal the infrared cosmos. This is an extremely exciting moment of discovery about our universe as we come to the end of preparing the observatory for science. The first full-color photographs that will be a result of the James Webb Telescope will give us a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us all to pause and wonder at a vision that humanity has never seen before. We are about to discover some things about our universe that we could never have even thought of. Once each of the instruments on the Webb telescope has been calibrated, tested, and given the green light by the science and engineering team behind it, then we can start receiving the first photos and spectroscopic observations and data. Once the telescope is ready, we can test some of its powerful capabilities. Before the telescope begins operations, the team will first have to go through a list of targets that have already been pre-selected and prioritized by an international committee. Once they have decided on this, the production crew will then receive the data from the telescope's instruments. Once this data is received, scientists will now work on transforming it into photographs for astronomers and the general public. So, with all that, what can we expect to see? Well, the answer to that is quite difficult, because we do not know the full capability of the telescope yet. It has been going through thorough planning for the initial full-color photographs for some time now, but it is hard to forecast what kind of images it will send back. It is without a doubt that there are some things that we are hoping to see, but with a new telescope that has higher resolution infrared data than all previous telescopes, we will never know what to expect until we see it. However, just from the early alignment images, we can already tell that the James Webb Telescope has infrared views that have unrivaled sharpness. However, as for the new photographs, they will be the first to be in full color and to show off the telescope's full scientific capabilities. The James Webb Telescope will mainly be collecting spectroscopic data. This is basically comprehensive information that is found in light that astronomers can interpret. There are lots of other themes that inspired the entire project. Apart from the pictures, there's the exploration of the early cosmos, the evolution of galaxies through time, and the lifetime of stars and other worlds. These are the main things that the James Webb Telescope is meant to help find answers to. Furthermore, the commissioning data, which includes the measurements acquired while aligning the telescope and configuring the equipment, will be made public. But what does this mean for the Webb Telescope? What's next for this next-generation technology? To cut a long story short, it's nothing but science. Most of the scientific observations will continue once the telescope captures its initial photographs. This will also be a continuation of its exploration of the mission's main science themes. Scientific teams have already filed for some time to utilize the telescope in what astronomers are mainly referring to as the first cycle. This is basically the first year of its observations. These observations will mark the official start of the James Webb Telescope's general science observations. Astronomers will be using the Webb Telescope to observe the infrared universe as they evaluate the data. Eventually, they will use this data to publish scientific papers that are based on their findings. Even as astronomers are eagerly waiting for the James Webb Telescope to start its observations, they cannot predict any of the unexpected findings that the telescope will send back. A great example is the existence of dark energy. It was completely unheard of until the Hubble Space Telescope was launched in 1990. This has now become one of the most fascinating fields in the world of astronomy. Taking this into consideration, I think we can only be excited about what the James Webb Telescope will learn, given that it is also much more powerful than the Hubble Space Telescope. NASA already has some places that it wants to study in its first year of operations. This includes 2 hot exoplanets, which are currently classified as super-Earths, mainly because of their size and rocky composition. These are the 55 Cancri E, which is covered with lava, and the LHS 3844b, which is airless. The researchers will train the telescope's high-precision spectrographs on these planets as they aim to understand the geologic diversity of planets across the galaxy. They are also aiming to study the evolution of rocky planets like Earth. The super-hot super-Earth 55 Cancri E is less than 1.5 million miles from its Sun-like star. This distance is even shorter than the distance between our Sun and Mercury. Because of this closeness, it takes about 18 hours to complete a full cycle. The surface temperatures are way hotter than the melting points of most of the typical rock-forming minerals. As for the day side of the planet, it is speculated that it is covered in an ocean of lava. For the planets that are usually this close to their star, it is assumed that they are tidally locked. This simply means that there is only one side facing the star at all times, and it does not change. Because of this, the hottest spot on the planet should be the one that faces the star most directly, and the amount of heat coming from the day side should not change much over time. However, this is not the case with this super-Earth. According to the observations of 55 Cancri E that NASA's Spitzer telescope collected, the hottest region is offset from the part that faces the star more directly. In turn, the total amount of heat that is detected from the day side varies. But what could be causing this? These are some of the questions that the James Webb Telescope is bound to answer. The James Webb Telescope will look as far as such planets and even closer and try to find out why they are the way they are. This new telescope, which is much better than most of the pre-existing telescopes that have been launched, will help find answers to questions that other telescopes could not answer. In addition, it will also discover things that we could never have thought that they existed. What do you think the James Webb Telescope will discover? Feel free to let us know in the comments section below. Also, before you go, please take a moment to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more updates on what's going on in space. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.